Hey guys, it's Klaus. Welcome back to another episode. Boy, am I in a good mood today. I've got a special game for you here. We're going to watch Devine 13 in his Object 704. Devine 13 from the TE clan. Shout out to you guys! And he's playing his Object 704. Look at this. Look at this beast. And you notice in the matchmaking here, he is top tier in this tier 9 beast. Look at his side. There's 3 tier 9s on his team. His team has 2 objects. And the enemy team has no objects. So you know how it's going to end already. But let's watch this game. And I got to tell you a little story here. A little aside before we get into the action here. I got a phone call just the other day from an old lady friend of mine who requested some help. She wanted some help. She's an interesting character, this lady friend. She's the one used to work with her, and I'll give you kind of a little side story to give you a perspective of what type of person she is. We were out for drinks once, a group of us, 6 or 7 of us, and she was there. And, you have drinks with some of the people that you work with. I don't work there anymore. I was fired, but this was a while ago. We were out for drinks, and one of the guys asked this particular lady, who shall remain nameless. The question was posed after a couple of drinks. What are the most important important factors that you would consider about a man? What are the 3 most important things that attract you about a man? And she thought for a minute there, and took the question very seriously, and she replied. She said, well, the most important thing would be his clothes and how he dresses himself, to which we just just nodded and said, okay, well, that's interesting. Well, what's the second thing? What's the second most important thing that you would feel is important in your choice of man? And she thought for another few minutes, and then she was really thinking hard, and she said, the second most important thing is would be his shoes. And I immediately launched there. I said, well, wait a minute here. You said clothes, and now you said shoes. That they're both types of clothing. They're the same category. You can't pick the same thing here. You gotta at least give us some. Clothes and shoes are the same thing. And she glared at me. Are you? What the hell are you talking about? Shoes and clothes are not the same thing at all. They have nothing to do with each other. And judging from what you're wearing on your feet and the clothes you're wearing, you wouldn't understand this anyway. I looked down at my feet, and I was wearing my favorite slip-on shoes. I hate those shoes with the laces. You got to tie them up all the time when you put them on, kind of the slip-on elastic thing. And I don't know, they didn't have tassels, so maybe that's what upset her. But keep going with the story here. She thought for a bit more. We just, we calmed down. A little bit of a hoopla there. But, well, what's the third thing? The third thing. And she took another sip of her drink and thought carefully and said, well, I guess the third thing would be the accessories. Accessories? What do you mean accessories? Well, how he puts it all together. I mean, if he's got the right clothes and shoes, that's fine. But it's all about the accessories. Anyway, she calls me up and she needs help. So now you have a pretty, an understanding of her personality. She calls me up and says it's a catastrophe. There's a crisis here. My lawnmower won't start. I don't know what to do. It's broken. My grass is 4 inches high and it needs to be cut, and it's broken, and my car's too small. I can't go to the store. I can't fit a new one in there. They come in these big boxes, and I can't. You have to come, bring your truck, and I need to go to the store and buy a new one. And I calmed her down. I said, okay, well, hold on. I mean, it's all right. The grass can grow another, quarter of an inch or half of an inch before we sort this out. But you probably don't need to buy a new one. Maybe we could just fix your old one. She immediately was upset with that. I'm not fixing an old lawnmower that's broken. I don't need to have it break down again halfway through cutting my grass. I just need to go and pick up a new one. And I kind of insisted. I said, well, let's see if maybe it's something simple, and maybe you could buy a good used one. There's a lot of people that are selling used, and I tried to explain it that lawnmowers aren't very complicated. And finally she said, well, if we could get a good used one, maybe. So I went on Kijiji and saw this lawnmower for sale for $75. A new one's like $500. I said, look, I could go look at this one for you. At $75, it looks pretty good in the picture. And reluctantly, she said, all right, well, you have a truck. Do it. Sure. I mean, I thought you could help, but if this is what you're deciding is your definition of help, go ahead. Okay, I got the address, contacted the guy on Kijiji, and drove out there. And it was kind of on the outskirts of town. I was expecting some random guy selling a lawnmower, but to my surprise, there was a sign in front of the acreage that I showed up at. There was a sign that said lawnmower repair. Oh, well, that's kind of interesting. I went in there. I went around the back, and there was a big barn, and there was about 80 lawnmowers in there, all looking perfectly shiny and new. And there was this little Japanese guy there, the cutest little guy, Jimmy, who I said, hey, I responding to your ad, that red lawnmower that was on the picture in Kijiji for $75. I'd like to buy it. And he looks at me, he goes, oh, no, it's not for sale anymore. That's just picture. It's just picture for Kijiji. You come, you take any lawnmower. There's lots to choose from. It's all $75. $75 for you. Except one with yellow sign is for repair for customer. And one with red sign is already sold. All other ones is okay, $75. And I was having so much fun. I love this guy. I said, are you kidding? They're all $75. They're all different. I can choose anyone. You take anyone you like. It's just all $75. All the same. And it was a great experience. The guy obviously has his own business. And I said to him, I didn't know that you did repairs. I actually have a friend who has a broken lawnmower. Maybe I could bring it here and you could have a look at it and just repair it rather than me buying a new one. How much does it cost to repair a lawnmower? Like plus or minus, give me a ballpark. $75. I go, well, you haven't even looked at it. You don't even know what's wrong with it. Do you want to have a look at it and then give me an estimate? No estimate. It's a $75. It's no matter. It's simple. It's just carburetor, a spark plug, it's little engine, little few things here, there. $75. It's all same. And I immediately realized this guy knows what's going on. I love this guy. Jimmy, you're the greatest. Okay, 75. I can pick anyone I want, $75. How about this one over here? I explained to her that I had a friend that, her lawnmower wouldn't start, and she thought that maybe she should buy a new one. But luckily I found him on Kijiji. Oh, you have rich friend, want to buy a new one. Oh, she making too much money. Oh, yeah, it's all stupid. Rich people, they have lawnmowers, not start. And throw away, buy a new one. Yeah, $500. It's so stupid. They come here, $75. Anyone. And I said, Jimmy, how did you come up with this business? Like, you've got like 50 lawnmowers in your barn there. It's obviously booming. How did you get started? I used to work company, but I no work there anymore. It's too much paperwork. It's too much office politics. And I immediately fell in love with this guy, Jimmy. Jimmy, I love you, man. And I told him, okay, look, you tell me which one of these is kind of like the best one. I'll give you $75. We'll load it in the truck. I'll take it, and I'll go back to my friend and get her broken one, and I will bring it back here and just give it to you. because you're a great guy. Oh yeah, no problem. You rook. You take anyone. You take one more horsepower. More horsepower better. You take 5 horsepower better than 4 horsepower. But it's all same. It's all same. You push lawnmower on grass. You go over grass. Grass gets shorter. Yeah, it's how it works. So I loaded up that lawnmower. I gave him $75 cash, and I drove it back to my friend with my truck, unloaded it, said, here you go. Look at this. Done. Brand new, refurbished, used lawnmower for you. 75 bucks, baby. You can reimburse me. And she kind of had a strange look on her face. Said something like, oh, so now I have 2 old lawnmowers. That's just great. $75, and I have 2 old lawnmowers that don't work now. And then, no. I explained it to her. You have 1 lawnmower that doesn't work, and you have now a refurbished, new, used one that I just picked up for you. And I'm going to take your old one back to Jimmy because he's such a great guy. What do you think this stuff is so complicated? For fuck's sakes, all you got to do, you turn it on, and then you push this thing on the grass, and the grass you drive over gets shorter. That's how it works! But that did not appease the young lady who was looking at her broken old mower and the old-looking mower right beside it, which functioned perfectly. And she let me know that it's not about whether it cuts the grass shorter or not. Can we just get in my truck and go to the Home Depot and pick up a new one for her? All she needs is my vehicle to be able to drive the new one to her house. She's already ordered it online, and this was just a big waste of time for me to go talk to this Jimmy character and try and saddle and burden her with another old broken down piece of junk. And she asked me, who is this Jimmy guy anyway? I explained to her, Jimmy is this 60-year-old fantastic Japanese guy who is a mechanical whiz that can fix these things like, you know, like there's no tomorrow. And then she said, well, why would you buy someone else's piece of junk for $75? Why didn't you just bring mine in to get it fixed? And I explained to her, well, it would have cost $75 to fix yours. It's the same thing. You've got one, it works now. I'll just give him the old one that doesn't work. Well, how do you know it's going to cost $75? Wouldn't he have to have a look at it and give you an estimate? No, he doesn't give an estimate. It's just $75. It's all $75. You want one of the refurbished ones, it's $75. They come in all shapes and sizes. You want a big one, $75. A small one, $75. But more horsepower is better. If you want yours fixed, it's $75. He doesn't have to look at it. It's all the same. And to make a long story short here, guys, what ended up happening is we drove to Home Depot and picked up her brand new $693 self-propelled bagless auto mulching super lawnmower, and used my truck to bring it back to her place. And I drove back to Jimmy's place with the 2 old ones, and he gave me my $75 back. And he was really happy that he got another old broken one that he could fix, and we sat around and had a beer together, which was the highlight of my day. And he explained everything that could go wrong with my... It's all same. Is spark plug, is carburetor, fuel, is little motor, is spin round. When you push on grass, the grass gets shorter. I love that guy. A true story, no bullshit. There's never any bullshit here on this channel. And leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you're in a good mood today or if you got a really special story you want to share with us. Leave it in the comments. You leave me a good story and I will read it in one of the upcoming videos, because why not?